What's going on, everyone? It's Alex. Thanks again for joining me back on the channel. So before I start today's topic, I want to thank each and every one of you that watched the last video. That's of the G at the track. It's the very first video to reach 1,000 views in less than 24 hours, and it's all thanks to you guys. When I first started my channel, I never imagined getting 1,000 views in less than a day. So thank you very much for the continued support. I really appreciate it, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. And one more thing before we get started. I noticed that a lot of other channels, they often do a Q&A type video just so you can get to know them. So I was wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing one of those videos. If you are, drop some questions in the comment section down below, some stuff you'd like to learn about me. And if I can get enough questions together, I'll make a Q&A video. I always like to get to know people, maybe why they got into the car scene, why they picked the car they did, things along those lines. So if you're interested in learning more about me, drop some questions below, like I said, and I'll make that video. So what I wanted to talk about today is kind of an update on my tune on the G37. I got the car tuned about 4 or 5 months ago, and I figured it'd be a good idea to kind of make an update video and to see if it's something I would still recommend and see if it was worth it. So if you're familiar with the little build process I did on the G, I did get my car tuned after installing high flow cats, K&N drop-in filters, and I also did a muffler delete. It was tuned by RT Tuning in PA on EcuTek software, and it made 307 wheel horsepower. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that I completely, 100% recommend the tune to anybody that's considering it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So in the world of car modifications, my G is pretty much near stock. Like I said, high flow cats, muffler delete, K&N drop-in filters, and a tune. However, with those minor modifications, I was able to pick up a great deal of power just on the tune alone. I wasn't able to get a stock baseline dyno on the car, but the 6-speed rear-wheel drives usually dyno around 285 or so, give or take, depending on the dyno. So when I went to get my car tuned, I already had those parts installed, and my first baseline run was 292 wheel horsepower. But the biggest difference was made after the tune. So after the tune, like I said, I made 307 wheel horsepower, which is a gain of 15 horsepower just from the tune alone. But the real difference that I felt was the drivability of the car, the responsiveness of the car, and just how much fun it was to drive it every day. The minute I left the tuning shop, I noticed a huge increase in throttle response, and the mid-range of the car was unbelievable. I think that's the key here, and that's where I noticed the most increase in performance was that mid-range. Honestly, that's kind of the most important area for daily driving, for accelerating, for passing people, for merging onto a highway. You're going to be around that 3,000 to 5,000 range, and that's where I noticed the biggest difference. But honestly, I think tuning this car in bone stock form would yield some awesome results. And I think most people like myself, they want the performance of the Z for a daily driver, but yet they want the practicality of having 4 doors and a decent sized trunk. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I think this is an awesome car. I love it to death, and it's basically a 4-door Z. It's got the underpinnings of the Z, the motor, the transmission, and the rear end. But if you're someone like me and want to take it one step further, I think getting a tune on this car just makes a world of difference. Again, I'm speaking from the perspective of getting the EcuTek tune. I don't know really how these cars respond to the uprev. I've heard good things about uprev on these cars as well. It's what I have on my Z, but again, have the EcuTek on this car, and I thoroughly enjoy the car every day. Even 4 months later, I enjoy getting in my car every day to go to work and to come home. It's really a joy to drive, and it just has that perfect level of excitement and fun, but it still has the practicality. So if you have a G and you enjoy it, but you think, hey, maybe I can get a little bit more power out of this without doing too much work or many modifications, I think an EcuTek tune is a perfect option. Even if I wasn't the type of person to do any modifications to my car, change the exhaust or anything like that, I personally think I would still get the car tuned. They come a little detuned from the factory compared to, say, the 370, so this tune just really woke the car up. Alright, so I hope my input of the tune and whether I think you should get it or not may help you make your choice, your decision a little bit easier. If your car's tuned on EcuTek or uprev, I'd like to hear your opinion, see if you would recommend the same. But again, I highly recommend it. Even if your car is stock, I would still get it tuned, and I think you'd notice a great increase in performance. Alright everyone, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the tune or the car in general, please drop a comment down below. Also, if you are interested in a Q&A type video, drop those questions down below as well, and I'll gather up those questions and put together a video. Thanks to all my current viewers and subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications to stay updated with the content I'll be putting out. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.